Hello dear viewers on SSBC, welcome. This week in Jonglei State, we are going to look at how a sport can create unity and peace among youth in Jonglei State. And this week in Jonglei State, I'm going to have an interviews with most of the players, as you can see them having practicing in Jonglei State ahead of South Sudan League that is played nationwide every year. And how can sport create unity and peace among the youth is our question for you. And as South Sudanese, do we support youth activities like sport in South Sudan? And if we do so, then what kind of support do we give to youth when they come together and unite and bring peace among themselves through sport? Thank you so much, and follow me in this episode in Jonglei State. Can you tell us about how you think sports promote unity and peace among you as youth?
Yeah, sports can promote it in very many ways. It brings us together. Like for me, you have seen where I've come from. It has united me with the different friends.
I don't know where you come from.
From Koboko.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a South Sudanese.
Okay.
And it has united me with the people, especially this tribe Dinga. It has created peace among ourselves. We stay together, share everything together. Yeah.
Do you think you will leave sport one day?
I don't think so, because it has become part of me. It has become part of my life. Without it, I cannot do. It has helped me in very many ways, especially giving me bursaries in school. You know, this superstar, not only sports, but this club Superstar FC, it has exposed me to where I'm right now studying in Kampala. I study for free. I don't pay anything.
Who is now paying your school fees?
Superstar FC, let you say the sports.
Yeah,
the sports has now paid my school fees.
Yeah.
I get bursary there, I study for free.
Yeah. So now people will be like, now you have come back to South Sudan. What made you to come here? Any things that you want to let us know?
Yeah, most especially, it's the cup which has brought me here. I wanted to win it. It is my first trophy with the Superstars. I'm definitely optimistic. I'm sure with myself that I'm going to win it. It is what has brought me up to here.
Thank you for bringing me live on SSBC. This is one thing most of us has been waiting for, because we've been wanting to tell the world what football is and what it brings to us. Concerning what you just asked me, first of all, football is, to me, it's a unifying factor. It brings people of different tribes, different countries together. As for instance, in our club, we're not only from Bor. Much as Superstars is based in Bor, but we have our brothers from different parts of South Sudan, and even from different parts of the countries. So, as to me, football is a unifying factor, like I told you before. It brings people together. It unifies us together, which is a peace to us. For instance, our motto states that we play in peace for peace, of which what we want to bring to this country is bringing people together. And when we bring people together, we have brought peace.
Okay. What can you tell other youth that are not part of you, meaning those who are not involving themselves in sport activities?
Oh, okay. All I can tell them is, if you are an idle youth outside there, football is not the only sports. There are so many sports, of which I'm pretty convinced people outside there must be talented. If you are not talented in football, you must be talented in basket, volleyball, and so many things. So I'm telling the youth, if you just idle there outside doing nothing, idleness brings so many things. It leads us to bad fear group. For instance, you can take drugs if you're doing nothing. I'm not forcing everyone outside there to come and play football or to join sports if they are busy doing different things.
Okay.
But if they are idle and they are doing nothing and they are talented in whatever type of sports, they should join and be kind of busy, because it keeps us busy, keeps us happy always.
Football is something that is in me. Football is part of me. I started playing football when I was still young, so I've taken it as a profession.
Do you think that footballs can create unity and peace among you as youth or with your colleagues?
Yeah, that's why I'm in Superstars. You can even see in the jersey number behind, it is written, we play in peace for peace.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why we want to bring peace among ourselves.
Do you believe that there is peace in you right now?
Yeah, it is peace in me.
What shows?
I'm friendly. I got new friends in Superstars. As you can see, I'm even used to the players now. Now I'm at home. For those who cannot play football, I do encourage them to come and play with us because football can make you not to do other things which are not good in life, like chewing marungi and other bad things. You cannot engage with them.
Can you let us know why do you choose to be a player?
Yeah, there are several reasons why I chose to be a player. One of them is a career. It is also another way of conveying peace to the people in a good way that they cannot hurt other people. So I have very many reasons why I chose to become a player.
Do you think that sport, especially football, promotes unity and peace among you as youth?
Yeah, absolutely. It is, yes. It promotes it in several ways. Like it brings different people from different places together. You see, let me give example. Like if you are a United fan, you don't think that you are from England, but you support Manchester United. That shows unity. If you are a football fan, you would not think of like hurting your fellow friend who is from another tribe and is also a fellow fan or fellow player. So football brings unity. That's the massive thing that brings unity. Here in our club, we have different people from different clans, and we are best friends. I compare them. I bring them as my friends and my brothers. So football promotes unity.
What do you want people to learn from you as the best things in sport, especially in football?
I want people to learn very many things, like football. There are very many things I want people to learn from me. How I convey, how we interact together. I want people to learn that football we are playing it as unity. We are playing it for the success and for the betterment of the country in several ways. Like now, if there's much football, if there's much promotion of football here in South Sudan, there will be much peace. They will know these scenarios of saying this so and so is from this place, so and so is from this place. These things will not all exist.
What I've seen in football unites people. Like you have seen it's round, and I thank the people who have made it round because it means like it brings people together. That's togetherness. As we are training right now, there are many kinds of people, many languages training together. So in football, we always say that we speak the same language. That is football. So I'm happy to play for this club.
They say that the reason why you young youth engage in sport activities, especially like football, is because you don't have something to do. Is that one true?
No. We have other things to do, like we're in schools, in different schools. Others are in the universities, others are also in high schools, others are in primary section. So we're still coming up. We're in school. We have other activities to do, like for others they're in school, and for those who are really down, sport is trying to bring them up, which is football, trying to put them in school and do other things, make them busy.
It's a bit hard in South Sudan for people to respect, especially good number of people, let me say percentage of South Sudanese, football is not their culture. And for you to convince them to love football, what do you think will be the best way?
Okay, the best way is, first of all, you love the game. When you love the game, you will have the courage to do it and do it the best. Anyway, they say it is someone's culture, but right now we have adopted it. It is everyone's culture because the important things that are in football. Like when you see, I said it brings unity, it makes you happy. You always express yourself like in many ways. Okay, so football is not someone's culture, but it's our culture. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, as a player of superstar and as a soccer lover, what do you say about your experience, the challenges that most of the time face you as youth when you are in the field of sport?
Okay, thank you. Most of the times we face things like equipments, like things like balls, things like playing boots, things like I mean sometimes feeding, because you cannot play when you don't have energy. Okay, yeah. So we face those things like food, feeding, let me say boots, let me say training equipment. Sometimes you need to get a coach who can be qualified to teach you how football is supposed to be. That's so. If you don't have a qualified coach, sometimes you don't know the importance of football.
You're welcome to SSBC live from Bor. My name is Majur Chol Khor. Your full names?
I'm Akesh Magadakesh.
Okay. In sport, your title?
I'm a secretary for the referees in Bor Local Football Associations.
I'm glad to have you on SSBC live from Bor. And this week in Jonglei State, we are talking about how sport creates unity and peace among the youth. As a referee, as a secretary for referees in Jonglei State, do you believe that sport is one of the activities that promote youth and peace among the youth?
Yes, I do believe that the sport is all about peace and unity, and this is what will bring the youth together to coexist in the environment of the football world, that they can interact with one another in one way in the field of play. It's not all about the football, but in the entire names of the sport, we can have the unity for the youth.
I saw you having a time with some of the players at the pitch in Bor, and maybe can you brief us about what you was doing with them?
Okay, surely, you know, our seasons were supposed to start in parts of August this year, 2019, but due to the rains and some other preparation that was done by the local football association, it has pushed our games to start on 30th this month, which is the month of August we are talking in. So, and these things, we have an amendments of the football rules and the changes that has happened in football. That was happening in the 2nd of March 2019 in Aberdeen, Scotland, by the IFA. And this rule was sent to all the football governing body, FIFA cups, and from cups they were taking it to the South Sudan Football Association. South Sudan Football Association give it to the local association, that is Bor and some other local association in Bor. And these laws are supposed to be given to the players. And by that, a club should request, write the letter to the office of the referees committee in the local association. The referee should delegate one of the referees that should come and brief them on the rules, new amendments, and the changes that are happening in football. So the Superstar is a club that here in Bor has been participating in first division, second division, and even the third division. So they are now in first division, in which they were one of the teams that was contesting for the top position last season.
Okay.
But I don't know this
this time.
are they prefer. So they requested the referee, which is the office of the committee, and my chairperson delegated me to come and do this briefing to them.
Okay, if I may not ask you all the amendment that is made in the laws of sports, especially football, then I want to ask you a simple question. These youths, if they organize themselves and sport activities such as football, bring them together, what is your role as referees? For example, if they are playing a match and then there are maybe misconducts like fighting in the pitch, what do you do?
Okay, as a referee, I'm here as a law implementing sergeant. We are like a police. So we come here to interpret the rules of the football or the 17 laws of the game. We have to interpret them and apply them in the field to the to the players. Okay, if they comes and they fight, in that case, this is where the point that the association is the one to govern them. I have to do my work, say this one is a foul, I awarded the foul. This one is this caution, I caution you. This is what I do in the field. But if they fight in the field, the association, which is the governing body at the state level here, are the one to take their responsibility as the body to solve the problem.
I believe once in a time you was a player. That's why you become even a secretary for the referees, and you become the referee in South Sudan and in Jonglei State in particular. What do you think is the importance of these sport activities such as football?
Surely the importance of it now, when we look at this current situation we are here in South Sudan now, we are in the point of the fees, which is the revitalized fees agreement. We are now here in Jonglei in particular, I don't know the other state, but here now we have our players that come from the university, the POC, and this and where they comes and play here. And that's what we can tell you, that the sport has no boundaries and have no all these problems that are happening. So we are playing as a players. For me as a referee, I comes and be in the field, treat them equally and do the best for them. So especially here in Jonglei, I hope it is one of the states that the players and the people that are in POC are moving in and out freely, and they are playing with competition, by level, football, and they are doing it. So especially in the football field that I'm specializing, they are playing here. Once that the problem that used to happen to the players is that they have not been briefed on the new changes or the new rule, and it is advisable in every beginning of the season. The players have to sit down, introduce to the laws of the game, so that whoever has forget to know what is there. So that when you go to the field, you should not behave like in a wrong place. You are in a good position that you have to do what? You have to play your football, and the referee has to govern the game. This is what is there.
As the role of the referees is to guide the match and also regulate and control and regulate, the soccer, especially football. What can you say it as one of the challenges, the major challenges that are facing you with the players or the team that are playing different matches in Jonglei State?
Okay, the players are not trained, are not inducted on the rules of the game to know them. What are the rules? The same to the management, we have no, what we call that, the professional players. We take football as a field that we can come and waste our time, so don't have time to do what? To listen to the law. So one of the problems that faces us and the challenge that we have, the players are not trained on the rules and are not briefed on the rules. This is one of the problems that is facing us in this case.
Now South Sudan is watching at you as one of the referees and the secretary of referees in Jonglei State. What can you tell the players, the players, the football lovers in South Sudan and in Jonglei State in particular, the government of South Sudan, the government of Jonglei State, about the challenges that you said? How can they be addressed?
Okay, thank you very much, Majur, again. And I have to say it, especially in our state, I have to start at home here.
Yeah.
I have to say that our government, when you look at on the other side, you can even see the water there. Okay, and this is the field that we are expecting to play on 30th. And this field, I will have not to recommend it as a referee that the players should play it here. It is very dangerous to them because the ball should not be played in a muddy place like that and continue. This one. So I urge our government to do the best of leveling our field, making our field a standard, like that the football field in South Sudan. So it is a challenge for our state government to look into that so that the youth should have more time playing than more time drinking, moving in the Maral market, looting the shop and do some other thing, fighting in the community or going for other things. But if they have much of their time here to come and watch the team that is playing and we are playing tomorrow, then we will not have a troubled youth in the community.
How are you visioning now soccer or football in South Sudan in the next 2 years or 5 years?
In the powers of our governing body, this is the South Sudan Football Association here in Bor. You can even see now the future of football here in Bor is growing. And that's why you have seen now we have a coach from the superstars coming from Uganda to come and coach here, and that is youth. And in the South Sudan, you see we are going to have some stadium that are going to be constructed in Juba soon. That is the Juba International Stadium and Juba National Stadium, Then we have another field that is going to be constructed. So when you have that international field in South Sudan here, we mean the football is growing, and it should not be like the other times. Previously, that is what it is.
Thank you so much for your time. Before I let you go, what could be your message as we are talking about how sport create unity and peace among the youth in South Sudan? What is your final message?
Okay, I have to tell the players that they have to understand football that is bringing unity. When you look at our players that come from different parts, we are playing, and we have no peace revitalized peace agreement as a players, as a sport community. We have to unite and play our football. So let's embrace on peace and put it on football that we can play peacefully and coexist in our life, so that we can be traveling and moving as a players to play in whole part of South Sudan without knowing this is so and so. Because in football, we call you captain. We don't call you by your names, by your tribes, but we call you by the names of your teams and by the title that we give you to say captain play. So our game is fair play as a football. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I'm called Coach Umar Abdallah. Coach Umar Abdallah Law is my name.
It's okay. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure having you on SSBC Live. Briefly, let us know about Superstar as your leading coach and about your players. What do they do mainly?
Superstar is a club of mainly of youth who have come up to use football to give message to the world out there. Because if you can see, our slogan is we play for peace in peace. So we are saying that as Superstar, we can use football to create peace. Yeah.
I can see you trainings and most of your players in the pitch right here, what is the reason why are you practicing this kind of hard training that you're conducting here? I can see, to me, as a retired player by then, I'm seeing it as very serious and it's like hard training that you're giving to them. Why?
Basically, it's not hard training, but that is a modern kind of training. Yeah, we are using the modern trends in football. Yeah, because as you know, football these days is everything. Football is a professional. These are young boys who can. We are mainly giving them that opportunity, you know, to bring out their potential in them. In that from here they can get whatever other opportunities. And now we are doing it at earliest stage that we are giving, we are exposing them to the modern kind of training, so that if they go to other clubs, if they go professional, play football there, they won't get problems in that.
In South Sudan, people believe from your experience, if I may ask you, how long have you been coaching in Superstar?
Superstar, I think I've been more than 7 years in Superstar. Yeah, I've been with the boys right from the childhood. Others, you see them, they have been in primary, young, but I've been with them all the time.
Our question this week on SSBC is how sport creates unity and peace among the youth. As one of the experienced coach in this field, do you believe that these sport activities can create unity and peace among the youth?
And that is the message, because if you go globally, research has done it that whenever a football game is being played and is live, the rate of crime reduces. That means so many people who would have engaged in bad activities come together to watch football. You see? The other thing is that these boys, we have to tap them early. We have to get them early, bring them together, sensitize them, use football to sensitize them, to show them the importance, why they are alive, why they should be important human beings in their society. Most of them, majority of them, you believe with me that are traumatized. You know? We can't run away from the fact that whatever is happening, you know, people are traumatized, people have lost their ones, people have been disconnected from their families, you know. People are traumatized in any other way. So we use football to bring them together, to show them no, there is still hope. We give them hope. We see they are still very important, much as so much has happened, but they are the agents of peace. They are agents. They are the ones who will change this world. You know? So we give them hope. We bring them together through football. But again, we have other messages that are important. You will believe me that even football these days is commercial. You know, it's commercial. They may not.
This is whereby I'm coming in, asking you. Now, looking at this youth that most of the time you give yourself a time to come and train them, and how are they benefiting, especially in sport, especially like football?
Ultimately, as an individual, when we expose them, you know, we are playing tournaments, we are playing different leagues, and that is exposure enough. So many scouts are out there to come and watch. They're looking for talent, and when one or two are spotted from our team, I mean, that is already a blessing to us and the family, and that boy will never be the same again.
It's very hard to convince a South Sudanese watching you on SSBC because the sport is not one of their culture, and now telling them, you know, there is something that these boys can get out of the sport. What can you tell them? Because they believe that those who play football are people who have nothing to do.
Well, that is a myth that we are out there to correct. Otherwise, a person like me wouldn't have engaged in sports. We studied, we have different qualifications, I want to assure you, but we have seen there's future in football. You know, there's future in football. What you do, you do both, academics and the talent. Not only football, we have good basketballers in South Sudan. You know, we have people who can wrestle very well, wrestling. You know, so you do both academics and the talent you have. So at the end of the day, you don't know which one is going to take you through. But looking at what is happening in the sport world, football is highly paid. Football is highly paid, and it is a shortcut to life because it's just signing a deal with a club and you get the money you want. So I would appeal to parents to encourage their children to do sport.
Do you say that among your players, there are some graduate or skilled students or those who went to school, or maybe someone may think you drawn these boys from the street?
Believe me, no, three quarters are students. They are students and in different parts, you know. So we bring them together. They are students. We have candidates. I mean, senior 6, senior 4 are here. We have those in primary. I mean, different levels. We have those who are going to tertiary institutions, who are in universities. You know? Yeah, but we still encourage them to go ahead with their talent.
As one of the coach in Bor, in Jonglei State, how do you vision soccer or football in Jonglei State or in South Sudan at large as one of the coaches? How do you see it in future?
We have plenty of talent. We have plenty of talent. The talent is there, the height is there, the strength is there. So what we need is just to get a few of coaches to undergo trainings and then come and impact the same skills in the boys. That is what is lacking. You know, we are lacking just the technical people to put the skills to the boys. Otherwise, we have ready material which just needs to be polished, and then it is on the market.
Thank you so much, Omar, for your time. Before I let you go, you mentioned earlier that you have been in this field of coaching for the last 7 years.
20 years.
Yeah?
20 years.
20 years. Now, it is a good time for other people to experience, to learn from you through your experience. What have been most of the challenges that facing the coaches, and how could the government of South Sudan and the government of Jonglei State address them?
Yeah, thank you. First of all, equipment and maybe facilities, because modern coaching, you need to have the equipment that the boys are going to use. Not only running, going around the field, you know, you have to have the balls, you have to have the cones, you have to have the whatever. So many agility, ladders and whatever, so many equipments and facilities that we need to have. So I think the government has to come in there and see that it is put in place. And then education and sensitization. As we said, yes, the boys are there, but where are the coaches? Where are the technical people to do and help the boys? That is also an area where the government needs to come in and see that most coaches are taken. Because the coaches are there, what remains is just to give them the knowledge so that they can pass on to the boys as well. And football also these days is a little bit expensive. It requires a lot of money. So people have to be positive in that, you know. Not just thinking that boys are wasting their time. And then the parents also should be willing to let their children go for training. Yeah, in case, like when a coach is around, sometimes players don't come, and the excuses are like, no, the boys have gone to dig, maybe they have gone to do some domestic work. Yeah. But there should be a clear timetable of when to do the work at home and when to come for training.
Thank you so much, Omar. I'm profoundly honored and exceedingly humble having you on Focus on the State in Jonglei State on SFBC. Do you have any message for peace?
Yeah. Finally, I'm glad to be saying something on the national television, and my message is, please let us be positive, let us stay peaceful, let us love one another, because God created us to love one another. There should not be any ill feeling about a friend. We are all one people. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, dear viewers on SSBC, for following this episode in Jonglei State. My name is Majur Chol Khor, and this week we have been looking at how sport can create unity and peace among the youth in Jonglei State. For me, Majur Chol Khor, and the team, we thank you so much for following this and watching us live from Jonglei State. The question remains for you. As the youth in South Sudan, what are you doing to bring unity and peace among yourself? And to the elders in the government and in the community, what are you doing as your contribution to the promotion of unity and peace among the youth in South Sudan and in Jonglei in particular? Thank you so much for watching. Join us again next week for another episode of Focus on State from Jonglei State.